What's up, Blazionaires and Blazionettes? So, I figured since I've gotten through almost every Netflix show by far, I've realized that I did not do a review video for season 1 of Marvel's Daredevil, the one that paved the way, the one that started this whole thing. So, without further ado, I think I'm just gonna jump right into it. I mean, obviously, I hate it. No, I mean, like, I enjoy it. I enjoy it anyway. Like when I heard that they were doing a Daredevil Netflix series, before I even knew it was going to be part of this Marvel cinematic universe, where it was going to, be a part of that, be a little small piece of the puzzle. I was looking forward to it because Daredevil is one of my favorite characters, and I thought the Daredevil movie was okay. I didn't hate it as much as everybody else does. I mean, it had problems, but I didn't really hate it. I mean, hate is a strong word. I mean, I just didn't. I liked it, but as the years went by, I saw the problems, that it had. But and I feel like they could have done better with it, but I still didn't hate it. But anywho, when I found out that this show was being made, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is gonna be great. And then when they announced that Vincent D'Onofrio is gonna be Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin, I'm like, wow. Why didn't I think of that? I mean, like, why did I not think of that actor as this character? I mean, like, perfect casting. That made me even more excited for it. And when I see that Charlie Cox was casted as the lead character, Matt Murdock / Daredevil, I was confident. I was on board with him right away. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be good, and he was great. He owns the role, in my opinion. And so diving into it, seeing that it is part of Marvel Universe, and it takes place like sometime after the events of the Avengers, and they mention that quite a bit, and it literally destroyed nearly destroyed Hell's Kitchen, like during that time. And and that gives Wilson Fisk like an opportunity to swoop in there and work on his operations in there. And he has a really weird perspective of how he loves Hell's Kitchen. He cannot live, he really literally loves the city. And when he says that he wants to save Hell's Kitchen, it's crazy. He almost like he believes it, that he believes that he is saving the city. and so the first half was pretty cool, like how Daredevil was dealing with the Russians who were working with operations with Wilson Fisk. When they mentioned him by name for a few episodes, I'm like, you could call him Kingpin. Just call him Kingpin. I was kind of bummed when they didn't use that, where they were just like, no, we don't say his name. We do not say his name until we finally hear his name. But anyway, it was still great. It was still great. The build up to seeing him was great, and him being in the show all the way through was fantastic. But yeah, like I said, with the first half with the Russians was really good, and holy shit. Episode 4, at the end of episode 4, when one of the poor Russian brothers, Anatoly, just had the mess things up for Wilson Fisk on his date, and then it didn't work out that well, after he just walked in there, and we knew that he was pissed. And then out of all the character deaths, all the deaths in this Netflix Marvel universe, I think Anatoly had it. I don't think almost no other character had it as worse as Anatoly. getting his head, just bashed, bashed in and bashed until it comes right off his shoulders with a car door, oh man. And that had it, and then the whole Russian, storyline, had a very explosive conclusion. It was really good. And then the second half, we go in with the Japanese, with Gao and Nobu. And I gotta say that and then when they had the Black Sky story, that they had in with one episode, and you're like, I really hope they focus more on that in season 2, and they do. So And also, like with Stick, I love that episode, like where Stick comes back in there and to stop them from bringing the Black Sky into Hell's Kitchen, and then he does that successfully. I thought for some reason he wasn't gonna be successful, but he did tell Matt when he tried to stop him the first time, like, I'm not gonna let you hurt that kid, and then he tells him, I already killed him. So I'm like, I hope we get another. I hope we get to dive in deeper into this Black Sky story. I was really getting invested into it. So they made up for that in season 2. I'm not saying what they did was bad, but I was interested. I'm like, I want to know more about this Black Sky stuff. And also, and when the Stick reports back to somebody after he leaves Hell's Kitchen, and then he says it's done, and then there's this big muscle dude who says, "Will Murdoch be ready when the door's open?" I'm guessing that guy will reappear in Marvel's Iron Fist. I'm pretty sure he does. I mean, that's my guess. I think he is going to appear in Iron Fist, so we shall see. Because maybe this is all gearing up to where the Defenders have to come together. No. But yeah, like when the Japanese storyline steps in, where they're front row and center. I gotta say, the fight with Nobu and Daredevil, best fight. That was the best fight of the season. Might be the best fight of the whole universe by far. It just might be. And also, like, I just love it. Even though I was, as much as I was amped up for Wilson Fisk to walk in there and just mangle Daredevil for their first fight, which I was anticipating. Like, yeah, he's gonna whip his ass for quite a bit, and like the first time. And that's what happens right after Nobu nearly fillets Daredevil, and Daredevil was forced to kill Nobu, I guess in a way, Nobu's on fire and whatnot, and then Wilson Fisk comes right in, and then he gives his little speech about like how he's glad that he removed Nobu from the I guess from the board or whatever. And talking about and justifying his actions for killing poor Elena, a client of Matt Murdock's, and that really, her death really hit me because I grew she just, you can just grow attached to her like for the few episodes that she's in, like where she's like just a cute, this adorable, cute little, this cute little lady. I mean, like, oh, come on, and oh my gosh. So when that happened, I just felt hollow inside. I mean, like, oh no. Ugh. And that really drove Daredevil up a wall, like where the devil in him was coming out, like where he was ready to go and kill Wilson Fisk. But he was too weak to do it after his fight with Nobu. And man, that episode was so good. And the next episode, like where Foggy finds out that he's Daredevil, it was an emotional roller coaster. I mean, poor Matt goes from almost getting killed to getting talked down to by Foggy and yelled at, for keeping the secret and for going outside the wall and doing what he does, where he's a lawyer by day and he follows and he obeys the law. And by night, he steps outside the law and says, okay, I'm going to do what the law is not willing and unwilling to do. So, if he's able to do that, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I mean, like, I can understand where Foggy's coming from, to some degree, but I think he was a little too hard on him. And when you see flashbacks of him and Matt, the beginning of Nelson and Murdoch, where, the beginning of the bromance, the birth of the bromance, and then you see, and you see it crumbling in the present time, and you go into the flashback, and it's all happy, and they're just laughing, and then you just see Matt actually happy and enjoying himself and having a good time, with his good old bro. And then back into the present, it's not going so well, and it's like your heart is bleeding for this bromance to survive what is going on. And so Foggy finding out that Matt is Daredevil did leave dents in that friendship. but thankfully it did not break it. You know what I mean? Like not, like for this time being, it did not break it. But and also like I gotta say that Wilson Fisk episode where it's all focused on him and we get inside his head for one episode, it's pretty messed up. It almost makes you feel bad for the guy, and it makes you almost root for him to do what he's trying to do, and then he's motivated to step into the light and to be known rather than to stay in the shadows. And the people of Hell's Kitchen, everybody embraces him. Like when he comes out and he's talking and he's like giving these these inspiring speeches and whatnot, and then that just and he's like 10-20 steps ahead of Daredevil trying to bring him down. So I was like, okay, shit just got harder now. And also, like when we eventually find out that his mother is still alive, I understand what they're doing with that, but I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have thrown his mother into the present time. I would have had her like where she died, where she was ill and she passed away or something like that or whatever, and but I understand what they were doing, with that. And let's see. And Ben Urich's death was a little bit of a shocker. I didn't expect them to kill him off in season 1, and I'm just like, oh wow. And I gotta say, I was pretty bummed that we didn't get the actual Daredevil suit until the season finale. But the more the more I watch season 1 of Daredevil, the more of his black suit grows on me. I mean, it grew on me as the episodes went along, but I'm like, I wish he got the red suit like somewhere in the middle of season 1, and they start calling him Daredevil from there on out. But hey, I was still fine with it. Like the black suit, I liked it, but I was so ready for him to put that red suit on, and it served its purpose. And there's a good reason how it steps in, because it's made of armor and everything, and so yeah, and that season finale kept turning tables and like crazy. You're thinking, okay, Wilson Fisk is fucked now. Okay, and then he's about to be taken to the police custody. Oh, okay, that's a little too quickly before Daredevil gets to fight him in this red suit. And then next thing you know, some people who work for Fisk are, they come in, they kill the police, and you're thinking, okay, he's gonna get away now. So this is Daredevil's opportunity to stop him. So, and then there you go. And then Daredevil stops him. And then, yeah, he's in police custody. So it was great. So, yeah, with that all being said, this gets 4 solid chair spins out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 solid chair spins. So, yeah, Daredevil, it's a great start, it's like the Iron Man of the Netflix shows. It starts off everything, and it's Daredevil is the juggernaut of this universe, of the Netflix Marvel universe, and that's coming from someone who just said Luke Cage is the best show in the universe. It's right behind Daredevil. Daredevil is still top dog right now, so I can see Iron Fist potentially knocking that show down. With all the martial arts and stuff like that, but we shall see when March gets here. So, yeah, I cannot wait. So, if you guys enjoyed my review for Marvel's Daredevil Season 1, make sure you thumb up the video, and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel. And thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.